Views and opinions expressed on this channel are not and should not be considered as financial advice. I am not a certified financial advisor and not registered with the FSCA. Let's hang out together once again today. Hey guys, I know it hasn't been long since you've seen me. The same t-shirt with the same makeup and the same hair, just a different outfit. I know, I couldn't fool you guys, nah? Welcome back to Chat with Tissa, everyone. It's your favorite Tsanga girl. I'm happy to be sitting here and chatting to you virtually. So engage with me. Leave a comment, a like. Why order snacks this? Number 1, you subscribe, and then number 2, you like, and then number 3, you comment. Number 4, you share the video, and number 5, you make sure you watch at least one ad. Thank you, Nakansa. Right, so you guys know that it's been 2 years. 2 whole years. And when I say you guys know, I think I'm just assuming that people that follow me on Instagram on financialchats_Tessa are the same people watching right now. And if you aren't already following me on financialchats_Tessa on Instagram, you can do so later. I'll leave the link in the description box. So I posted on my stories, of which I post quite a lot on my stories, and thank you guys for always engaging, that I'd gotten the notification that says hip hip hooray, congratulations, you've been on EasyEquities for 2 years, 2 candles, something of the sort, that type of message. And I'm like, you know what, actually it would be great if I actually do a video every anniversary instead, like not in like the random time of the year and be like, oh yeah, I've been on EasyEquities for 1 year. No, let it actually be on that 1 year mark, or on that 2 year mark, or at least within that month, right? So my anniversary was the 20th of March. Yes, it was a public holiday. And that marked 2 years on EasyEquities, and I thought, you know what, let's review and let's do this every single year. So the next time we're gonna have a video like this is next year, 2023, in March. I don't know what's gonna be happening in my life, but I'll try my best to bring that video to you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. But what's different about this one is that you guys left some responses to the question that I posted on Instagram on my stories. I asked you, what are your questions for me about my investment in the past 2 years? And you guys left those questions, and thank you so much. I'll be answering each and every one of those questions that were asked on that post. And yeah, I hope that you'll be satisfied with the answer. And if you feel like your question wasn't answered, which is highly unlikely, feel free to leave it in the comment section. If you missed that post, that's okay. If you have a question right now, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I always take time to respond to each and every comment. And I know that the community, if I miss something, I know, Azokpendula, hey, I'll answer you. Yeah, we're a team here. Alright guys, there's nothing wrong with your eyesight. Laleni game, guys, spot the difference. Oh my goodness. If you haven't watched the video about my first year on EasyEquities, and I believe a lot of you have watched it, the one where being green, and my hair was nice and bushy and what, and there was a sunflower, nan. I'm the same girl. It's just that now the hair is tied back and everything. And yeah, all right, so if you haven't watched that video yet, maybe you can start there and then come back to this video. So we'll start with the companies that I now hold in my portfolio. Okay, let's start there. I know this is the exciting stuff for you guys and how much I made. Okay, so the companies that I had in my portfolio in my first year versus now my second year. In the first year, I had the One Invest Gold ETF, and I've since sold that ETF, and I regret selling it. You know why? Because currently the gold price is up. Because of this war, it has influenced the gold price going up. And at the time, I remember it was in the red for so long. And I remember even saying in that video that, ish, it's been in the red for so long. And then now I sold it. Hey, the One Invest Rhodium ETF, I still have that one. That one also stayed in the red for a very long time. Now it's picking up again, and I've learned my lesson. I'll just be patient. I think I sold that gold ETF while it was still in the red. Yeah, I think I did. ABSA, which I still have. African Rainbow Capital Investments, which I still have. African Rainbow Minerals, which I also still have. Cloud Atlas, the Cloud Atlas Big 50 ETF. I honestly couldn't wait to let go of that one because like zero movement. I don't know how it's doing right now. If you still have it, let us know. But I sold it, and I sold it in the red, and I was like, I'll count my losses. I'll take the money that I take and I'll reinvest it somewhere where there is growth and it can offset that loss that I've made. You get what I mean? Okay. Aspen, still have it. Capitec, ShopRite. So with ShopRite, some of you know that when the looting had started, Nami, I'm a human, I've got feelings, I'll get triggered, you know. I panic sold, you know. Hey, you know, sometimes you must do these things so that you can learn. And I've learned that when there's a lot going on, just stay away from the news, log off from your app, and just. So I sold ShopRite in a panic, and then I bought it back again. And yes, I regret selling it. Okay. The Signia 4th Industrial Revolution Global ETF, which I have in my EasyEquities ZAR account and in my TFSA. And funny enough, the one in my EasyEquities ZAR account is in the green. The one in the TFSA is in the red, which is a clear indication that if you buy or start investing at a certain point, clearly the one I bought in the ZAR account was when the share price was still very low. And then I don't know, I decided let me buy it in the TFSA again, and the price it was higher and whatever. But yeah, I still have it. I don't want to sell it yet. I know it has potential. I know I have it in both areas. I will sell one, but also I'm like, should I? Nah, I'll still hold on to it. It's okay. Transaction Capital, still have it, and I've been adding to my shares that I hold in Transaction Capital. Woolworths, I sold it because it was in the red for a very long time and I was still a new investor and I didn't understand these negative figures that don't move. I was like, eh. So I didn't buy it back. But anyone who holds Woolworths, and if it's doing well, let us know. Okay. The EC10, I sold this one once. Don't regret selling it because I got a great profit, and then it went down, and now it's coming back up again, and maybe I'll sell it again when it gets to a certain peak point. Maybe I might, maybe not. But also, if I didn't sell it, I probably would make more profit than the profit that I took out, because initially I had bought it while it was still in the 50s range. Yeah, 50 rand or something. And now, like, even when it drops now, it doesn't even go below 50 rand. I haven't seen it there yet. So if I stayed invested, even now that it's picking up again, I probably would have seen great profits. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it will go back down to that type of low, but I don't regret selling it that first time, and I'm glad I bought it again when it was low, and I bought it gradually. First Rand, I still have it. Discam, sold, also for the same reason that I said about Woolworths. But yeah, if you invested in those companies and they're doing well, and I also haven't been keeping up with the news regarding these companies and how they've been performing, and maybe they are doing well, maybe they are great companies to hold in the long term. So please don't take what I say and believe that what this has said is it and that's it. others who hold these companies in their portfolio, please come to their defense in the comment section. Anything that you might have heard on the news about these companies and how well they might do, go for it. Write it in the comment section. Let's discuss it. But for me, I was just like, okay. JSE had this one for a while and they pay out a dividend. But me, Nage, when I sold it just before the dividend payout. So I missed it. I missed it completely. And I'm like, this now it wouldn't have killed for me to just have kept it, and keep getting the dividends, because sometimes even when a company is not necessarily performing as greatly as the other companies in your portfolio, maybe that company is a dividend paying company and the dividend that they pay is a high dividend or good dividend, and you're gonna miss out on it now when you sell. And maybe you could have just kept that company as your one of your dividend stocks, and I sold it. So not so clever. MTN doing well, kept it, never sold, and I don't think I'll be selling anytime soon. But definitely I am adding to the shares that I already hold with my MTN, and I regret not having added earlier, but now I'm focusing. No man, I must build this one, build it up. Purple Group, Nayo, I'm still gradually buying and I still have it. Renogen, still have it, haven't sold. Sasol, from day one, still haven't sold, and I'm glad. The only regret I have with Sasol is I should have just been a little more brave and added more money in there, but I was still very new to investing and I was just tiptoeing around the whole situation. The Satrix MSCI China ETF, so I had it in my ZAR account, it seems, and I also have it in my TFSA account, but I think I sold the one in the ZAR account, and now it's not looking good. But the one in my TFSA account is still there. Multi-choice, I still have it. So essentially, you guys have now gotten an idea of which companies I had in that first year that I sold and still have. I've added new companies, and you guys have seen as well from my monthly investment videos, January, February, and March, which companies I have added to my portfolio. Our new babies, our new additions are Massmart and Pepcore. We've got Tungela and Sibanye Stillwater. We have Azaro and the Signia S&P Global 1200 ESG ETF, and the Anglo Platinum and Kumba Iron and Ore. As you can see, I've invested in my EasyEquities ZAR account, my EasyEquities TFSA, and my Easy Properties account, right? I still have not played around with the Australian dollar account and the USD account, and I did say that one of my New Year's resolutions is to start investing in those accounts. And if you have, let us know and tell us how it's going. Okay, please do, please. I also want to hear it. So the first video that I made where I spoke about having invested in how much I'd made on EasyEquities after a year, I had stated that the profits that I had made at that time were 59,549 rands and 48 cents. That number has doubled now. Yes, so it's clear that this investment thing is working. Okay, on your EasyEquities account, you can actually view your statements. They create a statement per month that will show exactly how much you've deposited, how much dividends you got, which companies you hold in your portfolio, etc, etc, etc. And you can do your own calculations about how much you've contributed and how much you've made, but also there's a simplified version of how much you've made on your EasyEquities portfolio as you log in. My current overall portfolio value, it keeps changing. Like one moment it's this amount, one moment it's that amount, because everything in the stock market the prices are changing, so it will change the overall portfolio value. The moment you've all been waiting for. So that's my total portfolio value, and it's showing you what the profits are in percentage and the actual figure of the profits, which is 105,470 rands and 50 cents. And I have withdrawn once, and I did make a video about what I withdrew and how much I got. And I'll say this to you guys, that in this amount, literally any second it can change. And this honestly makes the difference between saving and investing. That when you're saving, you know that, okay, they said 4% interest annually or whatever. After so many months, you'll have this amount in interest, and you can calculate it, and you know that that's the interest you're gonna have. But with investing, it's different. You'll see the interest, you'll be like, whoo! And if that 4% interest that the bank is telling you about, that 4% can be acquired in one day on the stock market, but also the next day you can be sitting at a minus 4%, and then you're like, I lost money, oh my goodness, what is this? And it's not that you've necessarily lost money, it's that the share price of the company has lost its value, and as a result, you've made a loss. But it's not a true loss, because you didn't sell, you didn't get out of the investment. If you're patient enough to wait and see it grow again, you can go beyond that, right? So I personally see myself as a long-term investor, so all those negative figures don't faze me, and I don't necessarily immediately see them as a loss, because I know that in a couple of months or a couple of weeks, or sometimes months, like, oh, this other one a whole year remained in the negatives, and I'm like, so maybe I'll say I give it a year. I give it a year to show me some green. But I think my other videos explain well, like, have you truly made a loss? Have you truly made a profit? So even with profits, like, have you truly made a profit if you didn't sell? Not necessarily. You haven't really made a profit. But it also doesn't mean that go and sell and take the profits. Also, another video that I made, and I'll link all these videos in the description box, and feel free to go through my channel and watch the other videos so that you can understand investing a bit better and see how this is different to savings, and see how keeping your money in your savings account, huge lump sums of money in your savings account, is not doing you any justice. Hey, have enough for your monthly expenses, have enough for your emergency savings, but anything beyond that, I don't see why you shouldn't be invested in the stock market with a safe app like EasyEquities. I know some people might be thinking, that thing is a scam, nan. This is me telling you that it's not. Unless somebody goes and I don't know, I don't even think it's possible to make a fake one. I don't even think that's possible. But I am happy investing on EasyEquities, and I've put my portfolio out there for you guys to see that this is actually something legit, and money, serious money, is being made. And I am a long-term investor. Yes, I've sold some, but remember, I was also learning, I was also new, and there's certain things that I understand now that if I had that understanding then there were a lot of companies that I actually wouldn't have sold, honestly. Yeah, but let's leave that. All right, let's get into your questions. So because I'm recording with my phone, for those who always ask me, what camera do you use? I use my phone. So I airdropped the screenshots for the questions that you guys had asked me to my laptop, and we're gonna get into that now. Okay, so I've got a question here, and it says, which year did you make the most profit? I can't really say, because remember, or maybe I can, because when I started during the pandemic, you know? So I bought a lot of company shares while they were still low, right? So I would say that year set the pace for the high profits, you know? So I can't really say which year, but I can say that having started then set the pace. So if I say or I made the most profits in 2022. It's not fair, because how did I make that profit in 2022? It was because of the price that I had bought those shares for in 2020. You get me? So the longer you stay in the market and you stay invested, you will see those great profits. But had I decided at that time that I'm gonna sell my shares, I wouldn't have seen the profits that I'm seeing now. You get me? Okay. What inspired you to invest your money? What inspired me to invest my money was, firstly, I'm abroad. I'm working abroad. I had just invested in property, and I was like, now all this money that I'm saving, is it just gonna sit in the bank and like occasionally I get like 20 something rands as profit, 100 and something rands as profit from the bank? Is that it for me? No. So when I heard about EasyEquities while I was listening to the Money Show, I was like, let me check this out. Let me see what it's about. And I knew about investing as well, but I didn't know that there was such an app that could really simplify this for us. And then when I started investing, I was like, oh, so this 100 and something in profit that they give me at the bank once a month for keeping my money, I can make this in a day here. Must be joking. Must be seriously joking. So definitely your money grows faster, and yeah, that I can say is what inspired me, that I really wanted growth for my money. How to stay consistently invested and not letting life get in the way because budgets go sideways often. Set a goal, hey? Other than setting a goal, I keep a money journal. I call it the money consciousness journal, because I'm being conscious with my money, okay? And I know that there are apps that can help track your spending. I know that. But there's something that it removes. There's a certain level of responsibility that it takes away from you. But when you are now sitting down and you're writing down each and every transaction daily, so I journal, so I know I can do this every day. Sit down with my journal, like, oh, okay, yeah, I won't give any takes in namhlanje, it was X amount, and then I bought a burger, and then I did this. Okay, only 3 things that I spent on today. How much was that? And I do that. Like, if I sort of don't keep the consistency and the momentum, then what I'll do is at the end of every week, I have to sit and review my spending. So because I'm in China, I do it both for China and for South Africa, right? Because I have a bank account in South Africa and there are transactions that happen there. So I do it for both. And that way I get to see what truly, honestly, what am I spending on food? What am I spending on transportation? What am I spending on entertainment? And what are my true bills, and what is that figure? So that I'm not making up ambiguous budgets, Like, you draft a budget and you're like, yeah, I'm going to stick to my budget. Life does not revolve around your budget. It doesn't. Oil prices go up. Your budget was 1,000 Rand for a full tank. Okay, now oil prices go up and now it's no longer 1,000. Life didn't revolve around your budget. Life is happening. So your budget is always being altered. So it's a framework that, okay, this is my budget. But then if you're doing the money consciousness exercise, then you see that, oh, okay, this week, this is how much I spent. Is there anything I can change next week? Is there anything I can change the week after? And you keep doing that review, and then you know that, okay, I actually have a lot of money that I spend on this, and that I can actually take and invest. Okay, so I love my money consciousness exercise. Hence on Instagram, I'm always asking you guys, how much did you spend for the weekend? How much did you spend for the week? And also, you guys always engage. So thank you very much. And I hope that me also disclosing how much I spend, whether or not I spend, and I love the weekends when I don't spend, has also helped you to, be conscious of how much you are spending. I don't want to be a millionaire one day and be like, but how? Am I a millionaire? What's happening? Why can't I see this money? I don't want to have more money coming in one day and be like, and wish for more continuously, and not realize that I already have more. You know, we want more, always wanting more. It's never enough. Why? Because we're always inflating our lifestyles. So to just simplify, because topic for another day, to simplify this, how to stay consistent, you start by literally breaking down your budget. Move away from the framework, that Excel sheet that you've got going on. You need to get out of that, okay? You can sit with it next to you and then literally start seeing how much you actually truly spend on things. And I know that a lot of you are not gonna do this, but I do it and it's gonna change my life, okay? And then you will see how much you can actually invest. I probably can invest more than I'm investing right now. I probably can. But because I know the upcoming things this year isn't as imnand, I need to just save that money in a savings account so that it's accessible at the time that I need it. Because if I invest it, what if at the time when I want to disinvest, things are not going well in the stock market? Then, okay. What is the best ETF between the Satrix Top 40 and the Satrix MSI World ETF? Both of them are great. The Satrix Top 40, those are the top 40 companies in South Africa. The MSI World, though, that one is global, okay? Hence world. So because we want to diversify our portfolios, you can have your Satrix Top 40 and you can also invest in the MSCI World ETF. I have both of them and I'll keep both of them. Okay. Have you done a withdrawal as yet? I have, and there was a whole video that I made about that withdrawal. What was the other question? Best decision you made after year one? The best decision that I made after the first year, I gotta reflect on that a little bit. First, setting a goal about how much I want to invest per month. First of all, setting that goal. Second, doing more research. Now I'm adding all these other companies that were not in my portfolio and I'm becoming aware of them because I'm actively doing research, right? So for example, at first, I invested in those companies like Woolworths, Dis-Chem Clicks, MTN and so forth because those were companies that I know them. I use their product and I'm like, yeah, sure. But now my investment decisions and picking of companies is different now. Now I'm listening to financial podcasts more often and more in depth, and I go and do my own research and I ask myself, honestly, do I feel like this would be a good investment, you know? So I think that might have been the best decision that I've made. And also not selling certain companies based on what you might see online. I learned my lesson. So I think that might be the best decision that I've made after a year of being on EasyEquities, even into my second year. Yeah. Okay. Because now it's been 2 years and 8 days. Okay. EasyEquities tax. What's that? Okay. So EasyEquities tax or just tax? Tax from SARS. Because we do have to pay tax, right? We do have to submit our tax returns. And on EasyEquities, there's a particular form or letter that's there that you can download and is made available every tax season when the tax season begins. Not tax year, tax season, right? And the other tax would be VAT, value added tax, when you are purchasing your shares. If there's any other tax I might be missing, guys, please let me know. Okay. How do you know what to stick to and what to let go of? How often do you invest? I invest monthly, sometimes more than once a month. Hey, honestly, like other than shopping, guys, investing is my favorite hobby. Yeah, but definitely at least at a minimum of once a month, but most of the time it's more than once a month. And part of that question was, how do you know what to stick to and what to let go of? I can't truly say I know because maybe I made a mistake with some of them. But that big 50 ETF, like honestly, like there was no activity for such a long time. And I'm like, there's a lot of activity elsewhere. So even though I might make a loss of about 500 here, let me still take this money out, maybe put it in something that's got umnyagazo, it's moving. And that one will help me make back that 500 rand in a way. But I must also stay invested there for a while. Okay, so that's my strategy when I'm selling. When I'm holding on to something and it just keeps going down, 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 when I sell, I ask myself, where can I put this money that has a loss? So maybe when I bought that one that's going down, 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 I invested maybe $1,000, and now out of that 1,000, there's only 750 left, and yes, it just keeps going down. Let me take out that 750 then, after investment costs and everything. Let me take out that 750 then. Yes, I've made a loss, but where can I go and make back that money? Which company has more activity, And I'll leave it there for a while to make that money back and more. So I just make a personal decision. I would say wait it out, guys. Just wait. 1 week of waiting is not long enough. 1 month of waiting is not long enough. Sometimes you must wait a couple of months, okay? And sometimes you can just assess loss, like, okay, I'll count my losses, like what I just explained, okay? And also just stay up to date with company news, okay? So just search their name on the internet, see what articles come up. Search their name on a podcast channel, see what podcasts come up, and find out why is it making a loss. And ask yourself, like, what are the experts saying? And according to what they're saying, do I think I want to stay here or not? Okay. What's your opinion on penny shares that could make you a mill? Okay. I like penny shares. Penny shares essentially meaning those shares that are less, that you buy at a lesser amount. You buy them for like 1 rand, 2 rand, low amounts. I like them because they have great growth potential. I mean, look at our wonderful purple group. Look at our wonderful African Rainbow Capital investment. Look at Renogen, could we count it as a penny stock? I don't know. But they could make you that money if you also invest in them. Like now, are you going to buy 2 shares in that company and then hope it makes you a mill? No. You need to keep gradually investing and adding more to your shares. Okay. How has your investment strategy grown or gotten better from the first year that you started? I think, like I said, my strategy now goes with what is happening in the market and also doing research based on what is happening and sort of assessing, like, long term, would this be beneficial beyond now, right? So I'm like, a coal company. All right, great. Coal, electricity. Yes, green energy is something people are pushing for, but we still need coal for a very long time. So, okay, I'm going to invest in a coal company. So instead of investing blindly because, I know that company. No, now I actually do in-depth research, and I'm like, I want companies that I'm going to keep in my portfolio for a long time. And then there are those like crypto that I'm like, I will stay invested, but now and then I'm gonna take the profit because I've learned and I've assessed how that one operates. And I'm like, staying invested here long term, yeah, it has its benefits, but also you can do some long term sell, long term and then sell. What is long term now? 3 months, 6 months? No, that's not long term, obviously. Like with that one, I just know that it has its times, its waves. So I know that I can sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. But there are those companies where I'm like, we're staying here nice and peacefully, nice and quietly for the long term. And honestly, that strategy is informed by me doing my research. Okay. The first year, I think things were a bit different. I think I didn't understand things the way that I understand them now. So I've grown and I can see that growth. Ever thought about contributing to your RA? I already have an offshore one, right? Because obviously I'm abroad and I've been abroad for the past 3 years now. So I do have an offshore one. But when I come back to South Africa, I would definitely consider a retirement annuity in South Africa, and I'll inform you guys about who do I go with in that regard. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to be one with EasyEquities. I'm not saying it's going to, I will need to do my research and see which one I go with. Okay. How much did you make in 2 years? I think I've already said that one, that it's double the amount of the first year. How can we fully trust EasyEquities? I'm scared of another MLC. What is MLC? I've been there for 2 years. Some people have been invested for more than 2 years. It is legit. You can trust it. Okay. I just hope there aren't any people running scams on people saying what they can invest for them on EasyEquities. Hey, ayikole. Download your own app. Register your own app. Register on your own app. Deposit on your own app. Invest on your own app. I hope there aren't any funny scams like that running out here. So maybe, yeah, just be wary of things like that. You must have your own app on your phone. Only you know your password. Okay. Congratulations. Watched your video explaining EasyEquities today, and I'm definitely in. Thank you. You are welcome. Doof doof. Please share your portfolio value so far and how much it increased. I think I showed you guys. Here it is. This is how it looks. Okay. And like I said, this number changes all the time. I remember at some point my portfolio like sitting at over 300k. I keep these screenshots sometimes. So that's about it, guys. Feel free to let me know how long you have been invested on EasyEquities. How has it been going for you? What have you learned as well in the time that you've been invested? And if you're not, what's wrong? What are you still scared of? And feel free to ask questions. Always educate yourself. Share with your community. If you haven't registered on EasyEquities, you can use my EE number or anybody else's EE number and you'll get $50 easy money that can be used for those broker costs in investing, because there are costs involved in investing. And then you can also start sharing your EE number with your friends and family, and you'll still get easy money. So when you share it, they get easy money, you also get easy money, okay? That you can use in your portfolio when you're buying shares, so that you don't pay for a certain fee, which is the brokerage fee, okay? Thank you, Nakansa. I'll see you on the next one. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I hope you watched an ad.